And today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bengals and the Saints, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Off the play fake, Winston. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope they'll recover.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers for Mixon last week, 19 carries, 125 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Quan Alexander drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Lance and company going on fourth down. That's complete to John Ross. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. On first down, Mixon, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 45. lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. They go play action. Winston over the middle, and it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. The 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Bengals. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Play fake. Winston. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Running with Kamara. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Lance now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Lance. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
We got this.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Lance. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he's taken down inside the 30. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Again, it's Lance. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. McPherson on for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception.
Oh, what a juke into space. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there. And Callaway taking it in left side. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, it's Winston. That's taken in by Callaway. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Jameis to throw it. That is caught at the 7. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining and not much time, we'll see how they play this. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. Gets around him. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome. Let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. Throwing on first down is Lance. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
At the 16-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harmon. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. A drive there of just 4 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Returning it, John Ross. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Let's go. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. Here's Griffin on the catch. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Lance now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Winston. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A nice little juke. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Winston. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. Here's 2nd and 10. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Saints 17.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Now Ross to return. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw again on 2nd down, Lance. And that'll be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
7 yards to pick up there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Lance. He's got his tight end fan. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Able to slither by and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. He will find his man Chase complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Lance going to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. The extra point by McPherson up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat in the drive when we get at the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll air it out deep for Thomas, and that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Winston throw complete there to Thomas. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st and 10, Winston. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards to pick up there. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Now a throw here, hauled in. Touchdown, Saints! Marquez Callaway, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught inside the 5. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for Cincinnati. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Lance.
He's got it. That catch good for only a couple.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you get real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. On 2nd and goal,
Lance.
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Bengals are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Winston. Now he's flushed out left.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Hey. 4 down.
Jameis now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One last shot now for Winston. Thomas brings it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.